Hello, everyone, and welcome to another week of Chargers Chat. I'm Dan Wackershauser, marketing specialist here at Southwest Tech. Joining me today is Teresa Burton. Hello, Teresa.
Hello.
Teresa is an employment and training specialist with the Southwest Wisconsin Workforce Development Board. She's here today on Chargers Chat. Our program today is the second week of the show. Our goal is to talk with individuals, highlight Southwest Tech, individuals from Southwest Tech, current events, and inform you on what is going on. Welcome, Teresa. Thanks for coming.
Yep.
I really appreciate it. Finally, a nice sunny day.
It is pretty nice.
Great. First, Teresa, let's start maybe with a little background. I guess you are a Southwest Tech alumna.
Yep.
Tell me about your experience at Southwest Tech.
So I was a dislocated worker, and I decided to come back to Southwest Tech for a better education. And from there, I decided to go into, back in '95, I went for CNA.
Oh, okay.
And then in 2010, I decided to go for the office aide certificate. And then I wanted to follow a dream or a passion that I've always had to assist individuals. So then I went into the human services program.
Oh, great. And why do you think at that time in your life, why do you think Southwest Tech was the right choice for you back then, Teresa?
It was close to home.
Sure.
You know, growing up in Southwest Wisconsin, it was close to home. You know, I knew that some of the instructors were very, dedicated to their jobs, and they were always willing to help us out.
Sure.
Or help a student out there.
And the human services aspect of your education, what did you like about that? What drew you to that? Why was that the right choice for you, do you think?
At that time, there was an instructor, Becky Fournette, and I talked to her, and she kind of talked to me a little bit more about what human services were about, and I said, oh, that's something that I really wanted to go into, so I just went towards human services.
That's great. A lot of times people think, a technical college, maybe the trades, carpentry, things like that. Mm-hmm. But human services is kind of a unique program at a technical college, I guess. Did you enjoy it? Obviously, you enjoyed it, Teresa.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. There's been a lot of instructors that have assisted me, throughout that time. There was Brenda, and what she did is she works in I can't think of it right now.
Sure, that's fine.
The Academic Success Center, and she was able to read over some of my papers. Mm. The instructors were there to give you a hand when you wanted. If you're struggling, they're willing to assist you. But if you're struggling and you don't say anything to an instructor, they don't know that you are struggling.
Sure.
So. And
if you don't mind me saying, what advice would you have, I guess, for younger students who are thinking about Southwest Tech? We have a lot of options here. What would you say to them, you think, Teresa, about their educational options?
I think, Southwest Tech is a decent college for the money that is spent. And as long as they seek out all the referrals that are given to them, that would be one of the best things to do.
Sure. So then after Southwest Tech, now you're with the Southwest Wisconsin Workforce Development Board. I guess take me through that process, and how did that come to be, Teresa?
So after I had lost my job, I came in contact with, at that time it was Heather Ringberg.
Oh, sure.
She was running the WIOA program, and she kind of walked me through the resume process, helped me with the interviewing skills, tried to build up my confidence. I think a lot of people, in their adult years, it is the self-confidence.
Sure.
I think I still will always struggle with that part. But, she gave me job leads, and then I would fill out the applications, go to the interviews, And then it was like, okay, I wasn't getting hired, so we re-looked at the resume, and I was hired through Southwest Wisconsin Workforce.
That kind of takes me onto a little bit of a side note, Teresa. We talked about the younger students. What advice would you have, I guess, for maybe the non-traditional students, maybe a little bit older, maybe coming off of a layoff or something like that, who are maybe a little bit leery about going back for education? You've done it. What advice would you have for those folks, Teresa?
Really seek out all the help that you can get, from the instructors, from any staff member that you can seek out to, and just kind of, be out there for them.
Sure. And if you don't mind me bringing this up, can you maybe tell me the story again about your children were involved here at Southwest Tech and
Yes.
the graduation part of that?
Yep. So back in 2010, my son went here for firefighter and EMS. And so I was able to graduate with him. And then in 2013, I graduated with my daughter.
That's awesome.
So it was an experience,
Sure.
That's
great. So I guess no matter what your age, Southwest Tech has an option for you, a program. You can always learn. You can continue your education. You continue your training. At the job you're in now at Southwest Workforce Development. Can you tell me a little about what you do and I guess what the board offers, things that you can talk about,
Sure.
Teresa?
So what they actually do is I work for an employment and training, or I am an employment and training specialist. They've got different other programs that are run through. It's a nonprofit organization. So we just kind of go from there.
Sure. And if people want more information on what the board offers, you're available online. Is that right? Where can they find the information?
Yeah, they can go to www.swwdb.org.
Okay.
And there's all different kinds of information on there.
And there's different types of programs.
There are different types of programs. Just kind of click on the top bar there and go through them.
Sure. And I don't know how far we can get into it, but the board is a nonprofit organization. Is there any charge for people who use the services, or
No,
they can
there's-
get online and learn about it, I guess?
Yep, they can get online and learn. Most of the programs are free.
Okay, great. And I know we talked a little bit earlier about there's a partnership or some partnerships with Southwest Tech. Can you talk a little bit about that and how that works?
So Southwest Wisconsin Workforce, they do partner with Southwest Tech here. So, we're always, informing some of our individuals that we work with, about Southwest Tech. We're telling them what programs are here, guiding them through the steps to attend college.
That's great. And what type of, you've been with Workforce Development for a few years now, what type of feedback have you gotten? It must be nice to be able to help people out and be able to get them into the workforce, Teresa.
Yeah, I think a lot of them are, they're so grateful. They want a person that is willing to stand behind them, be, build up their confidence. Some of them, their confidence is very low. So you just start out with a very small step and proceed forward until they hit that big step.
Sure. Are there certain job areas or workforce areas that you focus on as far as training, or how does that work, Teresa? Or does it depend on the individual? Or
It does depend on the individual. Yeah.
Sure. And do you know about, as far as the partnerships with Southwest Tech, as far as the trainings go there, what's offered here or between the two of us?
I would say just probably call or go on the website, and then we can give them more information.
Sure. Great. And how have the last 5 years been for you at Southwest Workforce Development Board? How have you enjoyed it? What have been your takeaways so far from your job?
It was a roller coaster at the beginning because, being a dislocated worker, it was, I just never worked for a fabulous employment agency that, it's like family. So, and really that's what I was looking for in a job.
Sure.
And
as a a displaced worker, what advice would you have for other people? Obviously, I think the economy is doing well. There are jobs available.
Correct.
But what advice would you have for somebody who may be laid off, maybe down, looking for a job, maybe is looking for some skills? What advice would you have for those folks?
I would say just follow your dream. If you've put something off that you really wanted to go to college for, and maybe back then you couldn't go, seek out some of the other programs that are, in the local area, and maybe they can assist you.
Sure, and they could maybe switch jobs too. Maybe you've been in something for 10, 15 years and you're laid off. There are, here at Southwest Tech, we have over 60 programs.
Correct.
So maybe there's something different that you would always like to do. So you never know.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
You never know. You could switch careers that way.
Yes.
What advice do you give your children, Teresa, as far as career?
Well, I've always told them to get to work on time. That's the big
Right.
thing.
That's good advice.
Be flexible. Just if they're willing to work overtime, take it. And just communication. Just go out there and get it.
Sure. And the other side of the story is our local business industry folks. What has been the reception? I don't know if you work with them at all. What has been their response to the programs and the things that you offer from the Southwest Workforce Development side?
I think everybody's willing to work with us. We're just trying to get our name out there. Tell them about the different programs that the board offers, and just kind of going from there.
Great. And can you give the audience again the website and how people can get more information if they're interested, Teresa?
Sure. It'd be www.swdb.org. It's a lot.
Sounds great. Well, I appreciate it, Teresa. Again, Teresa Burton from Southwest Wisconsin Workforce Development Board. Next week, our guest will be Dan Imhoff. He's our facilities director here at Southwest Tech, and we are going to be talking about this. So as you can see, we've had a little bit of snow the last few weeks, and our facilities crew has been busy. So we'll talk to Dan next week about their tremendous work and all the hard work they do before hours and after hours when we're all sleeping. So I look forward to that. Thank you again, Teresa. Is there anything else you'd like to add about Southwest Wisconsin Workforce Development Board, the work that you do, anything like that?
I would say just go ahead and go on the website and check us out, and go from there.
Great. And thank you for joining us again. Yep. Another proud Southwest Tech alumna here on Chargers Chat. Join us next week again, noon on Thursday. Thank you, everyone, for joining us, and we will see you next week. Thank you.